When Hardik Pandya was not picked in the ODI series for Sri Lanka, certain doubts came up. We already had known that Hardik Pandya had not wanted to play the ODI series because of personal issues. We all know now what those personal issues are. But the broader question that everyone is raising at this point in time, is Hardik Pandya going to be part of the Indian cricket team for the Champions Trophy in 2025? That will be held in Pakistan at this moment. There are a lot of doubts because there are a lot of reports stating that workload management and all those other factors have ensured that Hardik Pandya is not even made the vice captain. His lack of fitness has been cited, and this inconsistent availability for all the formats has been cited as another example. But Hardik was not in the Sri Lanka ODI series. That was conveyed to the selectors and to the current regime immediately after the end of the T20 World Cup. He recursed it for personal reasons, knowing fully well that he needed some time off. But then the problem that now arises is, because he's not playing in the 3 ODIs, he will only get a chance to play 3 ODIs versus England. And that is in February, much just before the Champions Trophy. Now, is that time enough for Hardik Pandya to prove that he is part of the white ball setup? T20Is he will play, not as a captain, but what about the ODIs? This is where things take a turn. Why do you think there are so many factors behind Hardik Pandya not been there in the ODI team, and whether he will be part of the Champions Trophy? Because reports are suggesting that Hardik Pandya is not even going to be considered for the ICC Champions Trophy 2025. On record, looking at the instinct, looking at the reports, I think that it may not be true. But yes, it is a strong wind currently blowing because of 3 factors. 1, negative things on his fitness. Hardik Pandya suffered an on-field injury during the ODI World Cup. Was it his fault? Not really. Ever since he's come back from injury, he's played all the games. Then why on earth would you want to have a negative publicity about his fitness? Fitness clearly isn't the issue. Absence of in the Sri Lanka ODIs, has that proved to be costly for Hardik Pandya? Probably. Because if you look at it, Rohit Sharma was going to be the captain of the ODI team now, because he's made it clear until June 2025. Afterwards, whether a call will be taken, because Rohit Sharma in the age of, he'll be 40 when it is a 2027 ODI World Cup. Would you want to take a risk? Gambhir and the BCCI, have they put their foot down now, like for whatever reason now, you can't take rest unless it is an injury related issue. Because this comes on the backdrop of 2 very interesting things that have happened once the team was selected and prior to the team selection. Gautam Gambhir had stated very clearly, you should be playing all 3 formats. If you are a good player, you should be playing all 3 formats. Now, has this gone against Hardik Pandya? Because he's now the BCCI regime at this point in time, Agarkar and Gambhir, they both are now probably determined no senior players will be chosen. I mean, if you look at it, the senior players now have no choice to take a rest. The choice of rest will be dictated by them. So now, has that gone against Hardik Pandya? But we all know that the nature of the personal problem is such that he had to take some time off. So is this very unfair? One seems to think so. But then there was a very interesting bit in the press release that the BCCI gave, because the BCCI stated, when the squad was announced, the T20 and the ODI squad, they were announced. But then at the bottom, there was this interesting note which said, the BCCI will continue to monitor player availability and participation in the upcoming domestic cricket season 2024-2025. This goes on the track of what Jay Shah, the BCCI secretary, had stated about 4 or 5 months ago when he said players have to prioritize domestic cricket also. Now, this might be the way back for Hardik Pandya if that is the case, because the option that Hardik Pandya now has, because he's now gone away from the Sri Lanka series, he just gets 3 ODIs in February. What is that? He plays domestic cricket in 2024-2025. He plays in the Vijay Hazare Trophy, bowls 10 overs and then proves his fitness. More Vijay Hazare Trophy games will ensure the more he bowls, the more he bats, the better he is, and that is why this is the one way to get back into the Indian cricket team. However, by doing that, whether he'll fall back the pecking order, that is one risk. More Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy games in the coming season. I think the BCCI, if you look at it now, they are wanting to make an example. They had already said Shreyas Iyer and Ishan Kishan will not be considered for a central contract. Now they are probably turning their guns on Hardik Pandya in a sense that maybe if you don't play domestic cricket, the way back for you in the Indian cricket team is not there. You recursed yourself from Sri Lanka, now you have to come back the longer route. No longer the captain. Personal issues. This is now Hardik Pandya's major turning point in his career. At 30, he should have been the de facto captain because Surya Kumar Yadav is 33, you want a roadmap. But now they believe that under Surya Kumar Yadav, the roadmap will be implemented for 2026. Will he play Champions Trophy? One hopes that he does because India need Hardik Pandya more. 3 ODIs probably might be enough for Hardik Pandya to show that yes, I will be picked for the Champions Trophy. The reports currently are doing the round that he will not be considered. Maybe it will all change in February 2025. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.